Happy New Year, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to your morning cup. We start today off in North Korea, and North Korea's Supreme Leader Kim Jong un addressed his people in a very rare New Year's Eve card. And apparently, this is the first that they've heard from him in a while. The WHO cleared the Pfizer vaccine for emergency use. We move on to Brexit, and the United Kingdom has now officially stepped out from the shadow of the European Union as a whole. 48 years later, UK is now no longer officially a part of the European Union. What this means for future trade deals, what this means for future travels, what this means for future people who want to immigrate, still too early to tell. But the bottom line being that the UK is now no longer a part of the European Union. Vladimir Putin has urged that in 2021 we should be a united people across the globe in the fight against the pandemic. After a second wave of coronavirus pandemic blasted across Russia. Russia is battling with this virus harder than most nations are. With numbers still being suppressed, the actual facts and figures are still up for grabs. What we can only hope and anticipate is the fact that everyone in Russia is taking good care of themselves and are safe. California has officially passed 25,000 people dead from the coronavirus pandemic, and it has found 3 new variants. So the 3 variants that were found in the world, one in the United Kingdom, one in South Africa, and the third one in Korea. Now, all 3 of these variants are present in California. A Hindu temple was burnt to the ground by mobsters who attacked the temple that was more than a century old. This kind of class warfare and discrimination against communities in countries that have minorities is just sad to look at. Considering we have all been through the same base with the pandemic, you could only hope that people find a common ground, a place where they can stand behind each other, a uniting factor, if you will. But when you look at stuff like this, it's just pointing towards all the wrong directions. 26 people have also been arrested affiliated with the same, and in response to this, there was a massive protest outside the Supreme Court of Pakistan. What happens next? Still a developing story. We will keep you updated. France has now officially become the third country to encounter the new variant of the coronavirus that was once found in South Africa. We don't know how rampant this is going to go across France, and considering that France was one of the first countries to have an all-out wild spread of this virus, we can only hope that France does a better job in battling this new variant. We move on to a rather shocking story of the day, and that a health worker has intentionally spoiled about 500 doses of the coronavirus vaccine. You see, there are a lot of conspiracy theories that are lingering about the whole ideology about if this vaccine actually works or if it doesn't. What will happen to you, if it is going to mutate your genes, if it's going to affect your offspring, all of that. And there have been enough right-wing organizations that have put out videos and content regarding the same. The fact of the matter is that the WHO has put out strict guidelines as to what this vaccine is about and what it's capable of doing. For those of us that are still in two minds about it, we can do our own due diligence. You can do your own research and figure out just how good this vaccine is, or if it's not good. You can figure out the good, the bad, the ugly. You can make your own call. You can make your own decisions. We need not be sheeple. We are at a time today where all of this information is on our fingertips. And the fact of the matter is that if you want to do what's right for you, it's only logical for you to do your own research. Come to your own conclusions. But people who don't, and people who are just influenced massively by these overlaying conspiracies, end up doing this. End up damaging 500 doses of a vaccine that could have saved 500 people. We don't understand the severity of the issue just yet, but this is no longer an isolated incident, and we are more than aware of the fact that this is going to go and blow out of proportion real soon. We move on to China, and China has officially approved the Sinopharm vaccine for its people. It says that it's going to make sure that every single citizen gets a vaccine for free. Now, we don't know how much of that is true, and we don't know if there is some underlying pretense. But what we do understand is the fact that China has officially claimed that this is what it's going to be doing. What happens next? Anyone's guess. We move on to the final story of the day, and this is a rather cheerful one because Lewis Hamilton, the Formula One champion, 7 times, is now officially knighted by the Queen of England. He's now Sir Lewis Hamilton, and now, if he does not do that, and by that I mean ride Sir Lewis Hamilton on his car, as well as put some knight livery on his 2021 season Formula 1 car, man, I don't know what to expect. But with that being said, it's a whole new year for us. We still don't know how much longer we have to deal with this pandemic. We still don't know what is to come. And we still don't know the success rates of any of these vaccines that are in place. The only thing that we do know is that we have to still take all the precautions that we need to take. We have to be safe. We have to be smart. We have to stay home as much as we can. And stay tuned to this space for your daily updates. That's about it. Until then, this has been your morning cup. I'll see you soon.